Brands and website owners, and in fact anyone, needs to start thinking about how to make the customer central to everything that they do and be more transparent to get more trust from their customers and understand the data that they collect.
If you really think about data and our uses in terms of marketing to our customer base, just taking the idea of 2 million Google searches means that data is changing constantly. It's really dynamic in the proper sense of the word. And so we have to respond in a way that really addresses how that data can be used by us, how that we can have a sensible way of managing that data, and that ultimately it's about using data which our customers want to give us.
As brands, how do we show what information we collect? How do we sort of be transparent?
I've been on a website and I come away again and I get retargeted again. I don't see it necessarily as a bad thing. I think actually that's quite a targeted ad as opposed to the alternative if that tracking wasn't in place.
A lot of it is actually about educating people, about the issues around data, because obviously there are some, particularly around privacy.
You've looked at this website, you come back later on and it gives you an advert. In my view, is a little bit different to, it's Matt Stannard, here's his date of birth, here's his email address.
We've got loads of data. We can personalise the message, so why not personalise it? Because actually the consumer is pretty smart.
Just a quick question. If the privacy policy does come in, what's going to happen to personal advertising for the IP address?
As we move forward into mobile devices and you want to track that person across devices and you want to have more and more unique identifiers and UDIDs on mobile devices, we can talk about IPv6 if we really want to, but that idea of the IP address not being personal starts to fade away.
I'm coming in and giving my data to all of these businesses and agencies, and it's very clear that they've now got policies in place that very explicitly tell me how that data is going to be used. But with the problem around technology and security and governments, forcing companies to give over their data, do you think that trust is just an illusion to the consumer?
Got to be trust at many, many different levels. I think also consumers can be very, very fickle people. And if there is the slightest inkling of a lack of trust, they will move and they will vote with their feet.
86% of apps reveal personal data without the person knowing. That's a systematic problem. That's hard for businesses to resolve because it's in an environment where they have no control over that.
I think there's a lot to take home, especially that the Privacy and E-commerce Directive seems to sort of take up from that seems to be pretty good and not as scary as people thought. If you have any more questions, then do tweet or email me.